because it would have been nice if the government can come to our aid. But to be honest, that hasn't been happening. I don't know if it will start happening tomorrow. I do not know. And as my good brother said earlier, Omoba, we try our best, to see how we can, support our vigilantes and what have we got. We can only do, a bit. And I think it's something I appreciate so much. That on a platform like this, we're discussing this. So those are some of the experiences, we've had or we're having. And Yewa Axis is located so strategic in a very strategic place, not only for Ogun State, for Nigeria, because I believe the Ogun State is called the Gateway State because of the location of Yewa land. If you look at the Ogun State map from the north or to the south, all those border lines, is actually where Yewa zone is, resting upon. And I think, whatever we can discuss, whatever impact we can make to actually see to changes in that area will be much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you so much. I asked the question earlier that our state government have yet to sign the open grazing.
So, can I quickly apologize to the House process?
But then you're here. Do you want to take over? Because I'm in a Zoom meeting. I
can't take over because I'm extremely ill. I'm extremely unwell. It seems this Fulani guys are.
Okay. All right. So
it seems they've gone for me in another way. Sorry. They just are not feeling fine at all, man. My head has been banging since. It's terrible. But I do want to thank Prince for coming over. I do want to thank him for speaking to the plight of his people. And I do want to say Knights and Cardinals will look to work with the people of Yewa community. Myself and Princess would look to have another meeting with you on Zoom, and we'll take it from there. But I don't know if Tolani is busy. Tolani can take over if she's not, and we can keep talking about it. People, you are hearing from the horse's mouth. This is not what they said. These are the people who are directly affected. When we talk about these things from Iju in Ondo State to Yewa in Ogun State, we are going through it, and these things should not be taken lightly. But Prince, thank you. Yeah, that's all I can say for now. Permit me to jet out. I need to go back to sleep. I beg of you. So please, the house, Tolani, is it possible to take over, Princess?
Yes, Tolani and Obirin are here, so I'm going to trust them to engage. Let people engage with the princes. Any information you want to know, they will be able to tell you. I've worked with them. They know every intricate detail about the AY situation. So this is your opportunity to ask questions, get clarity if you need it on the AY situation. Thank you. Tolani and Obirin, I leave the princes to you.
No problem. We'll do what we can here. Yeah. Thank you, our princes, for coming in here today. We really appreciate your time. And this story is very important and needs to be told. There's been some rumors, some people, or maybe misinformation, I should call it. The people were saying that Yewa people were able to defend defend themselves against the Fulani, or that they were the one that actually attacked the Fulani, and that the Fulani was just retaliating back as a form of self-defense. I would just like you to clarify that. I know you have mentioned it initially, historically, which is great, but it's always good to kind of maybe just state it better, to let them know who exactly is the aggressor here, and also the fact that your people, they are just not in position to defend themselves. Please clarify, sir. Omoba, you can go, or Prince.
Omoba, please go ahead.
Okay. Thanks so much for this particular point. Let me tell you categorically, there's no truth that kind of a claim that your people are the one that started the problem with Fulani. No. In fact, even people that are not from Yewa, they know that Yewa people are peace-loving people. They are very accommodating in my ramifications. Fulani people, if you come to Yewa today, just as I mentioned earlier, there are some Fulani that can speak Yoruba even more than the way I speak it. They have the part of us, they have their seriki, they have everything, they have land, they have farm, they have everything with us. So Yoruba people have been living with them peacefully for years. Though there used to be little crises, they come, they invade our land, they are Fulanis now, and then they deal with Malu. So, sometimes they will enter your farm like that, and then when we settle it, they will go to Kabezi house or Bale house, they will settle it among themselves, and once they marry around now, they have been married, their children together, everything has been going fine. Go to the day, they now go ahead and brought in all these people we are talking about, all these foreign now, Fulani, on the court north, they now brought them in. So, they will go to your farm, they will do it everything. If you complain, they will stand by you that they will kill you and not to happen. They drive a lot of methods. Some of them, they will go to some leaders that want to give you some cows, want to give you some money. You can also be rearing cow with us. You help you to do it. Some agree with them, some will send them away. So they have been trying all this way in order to invade that particular community and take over fully. Because all of us know the agenda of Fulani, they believe that every land belongs to them. So they have been doing everything possible to make sure that they take over that assets from our people. But because, to go with the glory, you have some intelligent fathers and the leaders over them. They have been monitoring their activities. So when this one now started, when they now pursue them from Bokon and the other assets where they are pursuing them, so they look at it as the next place to enter so that they can be able to cross over to Benin Republic is Yewa land. That is why they now follow that back here, enter this area. I just mentioned their first attack. Their first attack, it was 3 people they killed on Okanabai. They met them on the road when they are coming in that midnight. They killed them, dropped their own bike that is not good, carry those guys' bike. They use that man to invade another community, kill them there, collect their money, collect everything, rape their children, rape their wife, and enter Benin Republic. They escaped that one. Again, like 3 days after, they come back to launch another attack. Our people would have been able to attack them and would have been able to do a lot of things to them. But I told you, we don't have the government backing. Even we are controlling Jalason, never fucking Olori. The second day, police will come with army, they will come and pick up whoever that tried that thing with Fulani. But we are not it doesn't concern them. It doesn't concern them. Okay, they will go picture and share. Show me where you see one Fulani down. No. Because I know about when we do something now, it is our own territory. Now Fulani ever say don't back. You enter the Republic of Benin. What is Lord here? But to you, when they come, they will know that okay,
ti gbọ́ ẹni tó bá lówó lọ́wọ́ ló fi ń ṣe ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé kì í ṣe pé kò kàn lọ já ewé.
A lot of them have been brought down to nothing by all these wahalas. A lot of them don't have house again, they don't have anything again. Just as I told you, I have a big shot that I can even share with you guys. They have relocated to the power of Benin. And Belambe will not see come up for one day. That's okay. Maybe you read from bunch of reasons, but my pastor that's trying to even talk about the one that the Republic of Benin is doing now. To put inside him. Just as I told you, when our nose is now too much, they now brought security agencies to come and be guiding us. Nigeria, when those one now come around, so them collecting bribe from our people. So when we back you want to pull away, so when we back you want to pull away, you buy a bottle for a lesson. And then the issue of the open grace law, the thing that you are talking about, yes, we have our representative within the government, our House of Assembly member, they have made their submission. I met with one of them in Vincent, and the guy said they are pushing it. But you know, the senator we have from our assist is not relating with the governor. All the three senators in the State, they are not in the same state in the governor. So there's little they can do to push that to support the government about it. They are in the other camp. This one is in the other camp. We are only going through our House of Assembly members, so that they can appeal to the rest of their colleagues, the other assets, so that they can support them to hammer on it. Because all the proposed grazing or whatever they want to do, they want to know of everyone. I read it in newspaper of recent president is saying that they want to resuscitate the grazing law and grazing land of a thing, not a reserve by. The one they are talking that they reserve in some state, the one in Ogun State is in Yewa land because if they don't affect Bewa, you see another problem looming for us in that aspect. So, disregard the issue of maybe it's a tree fighting or you want people attack them first. Ask whoever that they came on that kind of a thing to give you evidence. I just want one evidence of anything I want you want to they don't buy that association. No. Whoever that says that, they don't want to just wait, what's about what they do, education, disconnect with their people. If you are with your people or you go home, once they were anybody prays the song you can see that it's telling you with fact and vigor because it doesn't disconnect with people at home when they only have information in time to time. If someone like me, I have to come down, go to that place, probably one by one. Relocate because they do come through Ikokia access as well. We go to Bear, we go Asa, all those areas too, they invaded them. We have to go there, a little we can empower them, we do that one for the vigilante there. Okay, and my guy down border so that they all live well. But you know, when you have no government backing, this kind of war will easy like to win.
Prince first sọ̀rọ̀.
Thank you very much, my brother. As Omoba has said, there is an adage in our area of Ogun State in Yewa land. They will say, Yewa Ishewo. That's our local dialect. Yewa does not go to prison. The people of Yewa land don't go to prisons. So, if you go and fight someone or a set of people who have the political backing, the governmental backings, eventually, the second day, you'll have the security agencies coming for you. And we're so small a community that they will tell you, Ile baba eniyen elomu o wa nu won So because of that, we are not violent people. We don't do violence at all. And I don't know, I think it's because of that they are, continuing these atrocities on our land. Whoever that is coming out and saying it's a case of two fighting, àwọn alálẹ̀ yé wa omi yé wa tí gbogbo wa jọ mu a máa bí wọn tó bá jẹ́ pé tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wípé lóòótọ́ àwọn ará ayé wa là ń lọ àtáàkì wọn àbí àwọn nǹkan tó ń sọ yẹn o tó bá tí bá ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o àwọn alálẹ̀ yé wa bí wọn torí pé it's just and a lot of these people who are saying this, some of them don't even go home. They only go home when it's time for election because they probably, and I'm saying this boldly because I want lolly. Okay, kájẹ gbà pé bóyá àwọn tí ò lóbìnú wa mọ́ àbí a sì ní odò tó bá gbàgbé orísun wọn ló máa ń gbẹ ni àwọn ò gbàgbé orísun wa. We go home, we engage with our people, and we know what is wrong with them. So if someone now comes from Ọlọ́run ló mọ ibi tó ń gbé kán wá máa sọ wípé it's a case of two fighting ẹlẹ́dàá àwọn tó ń pa yẹn á bí wọ́n. I so submit.
Brother, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa bí tó lọ wọ́n akọ̀fẹ́ kẹ́ ìyànnà lẹ́ẹ̀ni torí àwọn just because some people could be misunderstanding what was going on in Diwa. Okay, I think let's take some questions because people are flashing. FBI, you can go next, sir.
Okay. We want to ask just your questions. First of all, anybody that is saying that Yoruba people attack, that is bullshit. That one I just campaign with the campaign. If anybody come up with that one, I just that divide and conquer strategies. That is not, that one don't even make any sense. Okay, question we I want to ask. Okay, now, the answer by empowerment, right? I understand who involved who, right? Is that the only thing they won't need, or what? Because and the situation of things, is it that we still have large numbers of people living there, or we wanted to feel because I don't really know the situation of things there. The violation are here for
Yes, sir. About that question. Yes, sir. Please answer that question.
Mo ní pé nípa tọ́tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ yìí wípé kò sí kò tí o fẹ́ ṣe tí o ní ìdòwò right pé apart pé owó right which àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yẹn wà included but apart pé owó kí ni àwọn èèyàn tún lè ṣe láti tún ṣe empower àwọn èèyàn.
Sorry, can we speak English? Because I'm looking at
sorry.
I've got your point.
And the last one is this. Is it that a lot of people there, or maybe all people there have left for Benin Republic? Maybe the place is just empty. How is the situation?
Okay, let me start from the second question. These are people, not that all of them are played for Republic. Some of them are too. Why some of them are in and then you know what they are at the border town in our place. Some people their room they be in Nigeria and they are following Benin. We have already entered ourselves with Benin. And then those who we are talking about there in Benin, it is still their people only that border just cut them to the Republic of Benin land. But everybody with his own problem. Even there are people that they relocated to go and meet over there. They have their own problem they are facing over there as well. So, in fact, I must confess to you, you have to give them one
They said they are not giving them their allowance, they are not giving them enough ammunition to tackle any criminal. They are just here for being here sake. So that one push us back to our own local security. Our own local security, Vigilante, Amoteco, and the rest. So they agree to work. But they will be asking you, yes, we are ready, but where is the money? We don't have money. We go to the level that accumulate. We go to that level. Then that if we are going to release anything to you, we must be sure that you too, you have not collided with the Fulani or any outside. They did everything with us. And I must confess to you, we see the results. But they do not ship it can only try where their capacity and the whatever resources we give them reach. Like now, some of the leads they give me, they need some bikes, motorcycle that they will be taking to do monitoring along that axis. Where's the money to buy them bicycle? One motorcycle now is like 190, 200 and something. So how many are we going to buy for them? Where is the money to buy all that one? There's nobody to support you in any way. So say okay, let us push the issue of the bike aside. The one that you have that you are using, take this money, go and repair it, be using your own, we'll be giving you fuel, and then this little money, take it and do a little you can do to empower you to have yourself so that you can be moving here and there. Where to delay, or that boat on you delay, so that you say guys do yourself. They continue doing that. But my dear brother, it is not enough. I know what it takes to have yourself, to prepare, to fortify yourself, to face that kind of war. It is not a joking matter. But in our own part, as citizens, as individuals, there's a little we are able to do in supporting them. And they are the ones receiving it. That is why those one in Benin, some of them refuse to come at all. They said it's better for them to remain and become slaves to Benin Republic than to come to Nigeria and come and die. That's why some of them remain there. Why some ready, they follow us, come back here, give them clothes, give them food, this small the Kulaman Belodowa, we did this for them. They are just managing inside that place. You know, like at this time that is rainy season now, majority of them, they have to just relocate from that one and go and meet other people to escort with them. Because you cannot stay in that kind of place when the rain is too much. So those are the things that really affected that side. They have turned them to nobody. A lot of things wasted, just like as Prince said the other time. If you share you something, I know we share some with them during the time they are compiling a record for petition that time. If you see those pictures, there's no way, there's no how strong you are. Share it. Well, I think I'm able to answer your question.
Okay, let's move to the next person. Mr. Demojola, go next.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our princess who are in the house, well, in terms of security, I think that if this Fulani government are able to achieve their purpose, then I should say, without being pessimistic, that just being realistic, not even pessimistic, I should say that it's probably a good idea that those who were cleared from their lands do not return. We are realizing now that the Fulani government have been working for several decades, putting things in place, beginning with that forgery 1999 constitution, and then with Buhari, asking people to hand over their guns, revoking licenses for those for arming themselves. All these things were put in place gradually. Now, if you look at where Yewa is a very, very strategic area for Yoruba land. Not just Nigeria, for Yoruba land in particular. For a few reasons. Yewa is probably one of the breadbaskets of Yoruba land. A lot of farming, a lot of food comes from that area. And if you want to attack people eventually, you have to attack their food supply. The thing about apart from that, even in terms of we know that we have Yoruba right next door in Benin Republic. If they choose to attack us today, some form of genocide or whatever, they can easily block access to Benin Republic. If you want to fight back, suppliers cannot come in if they are holding that area and are not allowing people to come, and are not allowing suppliers to come into the land from Benin Republic. As you would not ordinarily expect. I mean, it's only obvious that if we are being attacked in Yoruba land, our borders in Benin Republic will not stand idly by. They will support us wherever we need. So they came there strategically, and I want to repeat the word strategy, on purpose, to hold that place, because so that whenever they are ready and they choose to unleash hell, we would have little recourse or support to resist it. So you guys are in a lot of danger in that part of Yoruba land. You are in a grave danger, and you have to realize that now and act accordingly. When you are monitoring these people, the Fulani government and their plans, they have achieved maybe 7 out of 10 of their goals. And I, for one, don't think that they have gone this far, putting things in place, only to now turn around and go back to where they came from. So we can expect some kind of evil to happen eventually. What bothers me, however, is that people have been saying these things. Some people have prophesied it, some people are saying that something bad is coming, and then you see the pieces being put in place one by one by one. And some people are still claiming that you need to stay down there, wait until it happens. Now, when we went to international criminal court, we actually used Jewa and Ibuaje and I think it was Asa. Those places they are one of the things that we put into the evidence, because Punch newspaper went there and they did a documentary. Both people were on the ground, and those who are in what's that place in Benin Republic, the refugees who are now there. So if you think that war is not already on the ground, what do you call it when people come, when armed gunmen come in the night, they kill, burn people, burn property. People are becoming refugees, running to Benin Republic. It's already a war zone, so to say, and it can only get worse if you understand the plans that are in place and how far they have gone in terms of their itemized list of things to accomplish. So, for those who have left A1, or for those who are in that area now, I cannot overstress it that you are not safe. And at any given day, we don't know when they're going to start. We're hearing reports of 2022, who knows, maybe in a month. Because things are escalating quickly on the ground. And they know that people are going to form a defense against what they're trying to do. So they may pass on their plans. And if you don't want to be caught unprepared or unawares. So anything you can do to help our people in that area, to prepare them for what's coming, please, it's very important. But I have a question for you that I'm going to ask in a minute. Now, if you look at what happened in Southern African Republic, Africans people over there, they allowed these people to come and settle. They gave them lands, and they settled. And then as time went by, they began to call their brothers from other parts of Africa to come and dwell with them in their settlement. And when their numbers were large enough to rival those indigenous, they began launching attacks on them until and it's an ugly attack. The kind of stuff we are saying in Africa or in Nigeria right now. Women being dashed open, fetuses being brought out of the pregnant women, ugly things. We are seeing similar things were happening in Central African Republic that are now happening here in Nigeria. So the pattern is the same. And I don't think that you can even force me, because people have to say things like, well, we've been dealing with the Fulani for a long time, it's the foreigners that came. My rhetorical question is this: can the foreign Fulani who are arriving in the past, 5-10 years and committing these atrocities, can they do so without the cooperation of the local Fulani? Because we see this playbook repeating itself across Africa, most recently in the Central African Republic. That country ended up in an ugly civil war, and it's now a hotbed for warlords. We are hoping the same will happen in our own case. So, you cannot trust the local Fulani that are there, because like you've actually said, Fulani think that wherever they put their food, it belongs to them. So, it's only logical that we will expect a cooperation between those there for 10 to 50 years, and those who are coming down, because you can't expect a Fulani person to be more loyal to you or your Yoruba man than to his brother that's coming in from Niger or from some other parts of the country. So let's be clear about this. The thing about Yewa's location, one aspect about that is that if you look at the map very well, you can trace Yewa, and if you go through that axis, you can go all the way to Sokoto from that place. So it is a very strategic place for them to come down from the north and do whatever they want to do. But here's my question to you. You said something about security to either of the prince, I'm sorry, I can't take it. You said something about, I think it was Omaba actually that said that the government came and put some security officials there. But I want to know, was this before the attacks that produced refugee people in Benin or after? And thank you very much.
Omaba, can you please answer that question, sir?
Okay.
I'm going, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Those security officers they posted, it was when the crime escalated, and we started shouting on social media, newspaper here and there. Government now posted those joint task force to come there to come and guide our people, because when we complain and we did video of how our people have been relocated to the Republic of Benin, we show them where they are sleeping, how their life is and over there. So they now said, okay, for them to come back, they now send this joint task force comprised of police and immigration down to our land. But on getting there, those ones who engage them, you have to talk with them that people are just here, sitting down on the roadside. They are not going inside. They said we should look at them. Where's the motor? Where's the Okada? Where's the ammunition? Where's the money for their own allowance? So they will be here. Anybody that passed through this road, you will send them back. But if they now pass inside the bush, they have their own children at home as well. So those ones did not go anywhere. You just sit down on that road, collecting money from our people that is even carry their cassava, vegetable, corn, and the rest of it to the market. You'll be stopping them, collecting money from them on the eat. So they are not doing anything.
Thank you, sir, for the information.
Okay. Mr. Kemi, go on, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Omaba, I sincerely sympathize with you, and I know how it could be. And it seems you sound like a young man like us, but I want you to know that some of these things are the things that will make you go further in life because of the challenges that are coming up and the way you've been tackling all this. So my question is this. These people that were posted, were they Yoruba or they are kind of, okay, let me just play, are they Yoruba? That is one. And again, how were you able to even raise this money? Were you getting money from maybe Yoruba people, the environment or whatever? And the third question is this. The other communities where we have kings and the likes, have they been helpful in one way or the other? And do you have any a central account by, or do you even liaise with maybe Yewa people in diaspora to sincerely seek for their help? Because if any one of them is even giving you $10, you know how long that will go. Though not as bad as things are in Nigeria takes this, but no matter what, it could still do one or two things. Are those things in place? And presently, what are the things that you think, not that you think, that you know that is of necessity presently as we speak? And is there a way, because left with me as a person, I've done enough talking. And I've said one thing. It is the last pint of blood in my vein I've used to support Yoruba. no matter how it is. Even Kenimaro Dejende, so far it is Yoruba cause, I will support it. Personally, if you don't mind, you can send me your own account because I'm done with talking. All I'm doing presently is to see how I can help my people. I'm done asking it. I've seen enough questions. I've been a victim. I've seen many people, those that are asking for videos, that are asking for evidence. That was why when Prince was saying that you're going to shape it. Irrespective of whether it is Yoruba or not. So far you believe outsiders more than you will believe me. I'm as blunt as that. I'm sorry if anybody's on this platform and they don't like that statement. That is me. And some people know me on this platform. I'll be very blunt. So let's talk about the shape for I don't want shape. So anyway, I will say too much. If you don't mind, personally you can send me account. Whatever I have in my own capacity, even budget 10 naira, I will still do it because I know how it could be. To the extent of security I know they do what they said, it is true. But you won't blame them. It is the system. But where we blame them is when they don't have sympathy, when they've lost their humanity as a person. That is where we blame them. And that is why we keep saying, if we don't have Yoruba nation, there will be no sovereignty to protect our people, irrespective of whatever anybody is saying. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I want to know about let me start by the security people that were drafted from among the security agents down to Iwala. Yes, like half of them are Yorubas, but not that they are totally Yorubas. So, Hausa wala ariwo, Igbo wala ariwo. So, but one good thing about it is that they really are ready to work. Because as those who want it, like two of them between us, like two of them are from Iwa. Though they did not know when they are doing that selection. But luckily for us, like two of them are really from Iwa. So those two are the ones that really give us enough information of what's really happening among them. But even at their own level, there's nothing for them to work upon. I'm telling you, they give them only one ELOS. One ELOS alone cannot even. And then this others are talking about. If you don't want to go, you get some places in your life. Your motor cannot go again. You have to be on bike. Where's the bike? They don't give them bike. They don't give them anything. In fact, according to them, they say it is money that they're able to collect on that road. It's what they will use to now when they are So that was a law. Talk about keeping morale of the officers. So that's about that. And then the issue of the community around us, I think is support. There's one particular meeting I called sometimes ago that I call all the villages across the Iwa land. I said they should let us speak Ilaro at the center so that everybody will come. So all these villages, they send their representatives, we came there. We had the meeting, everybody talk about what they want, what is really happening, their artists and that. So what are you going to use to support us? We'll sing what we can enjoy in the level. That level that we can use to support us. Tabashibai, I have this, I have that, I have this, I have that, I have this. All everything is subject of where is the resources to bring all these things to come to reality. So these are the times when they think that project is good to truly, but how to execute it to be an issue. Just for you to know that they really want to help us. But that people that right here don't know. There's no famine, there's nothing. What is she to Kumbo? So the area is really suffering a lot. Do you know? Let me quickly give you a very good example. There's one place we call where the former governor come from. Tokyo Republic, where they discover oil. Do you know Republic of Benin started giving them some amenities in that community so that they can declare for Republic of Benin? They brought this thing for them: slippers, clothes, rice, water, drinkable water, and the rest of them. It is one of our guys that seen that as it call our attention. Also, this is something that place want to make sure that they bought the car for the king, so that by the time they want to start their wahala, the community will say, no, we are not of Nigeria, we are Benin Republic. Just for you to show you how the labor property and the negligence of the government in the border towns. So they are trying their own possible best, but in little ways, don't let me shade on it. They cannot do much. I understand them. On the term of financing, God be the glory. There's one particular our brother, I don't know on this, but on the advice. He's in UK as well. He has been very, very great supportive to the cause. Anytime I want to start journey, I will call him that, bros, I want to start that journey tomorrow. He's going. Please, so be careful. I don't want that to happen to you. And then, no. For this cause, I believe that nothing will happen to me and my full soldiers. We are going, I've done them. We have some amount of money on grant. Them say, okay, don't worry, I will support you. And they will send money. I don't know how it's sourcing for the money. Maybe it's talking to you, people in diaspora. I don't know. But sometimes, if it is 50, if it's 100, if it's 200, to send it down to support the cause. They will move. Sometimes, if the money finish on the road, they don't finish, but don't worry, we will survive it. Because I want to spend 1 week here, and then we must move around. Because what I've discovered is that going to that place, mingle with those people, give them all kinds of confidence that they are not being forgotten. They used to be very happy. They will be praying. In fact, was it because man gave me not the family now? But hey, you don't know if there's that thing, you like one idea, you to take this part along. So you will see that they were very eager to really face the consequence. They are really ready to face the consequence. In fact, all the security agencies in that house, they used to respect them because they know that they have already been pushed to the wall. But actually, don't want to pay no. I don't want to poverty. Poverty has made them to be powerless. Because I met you someone when the man was telling me what they can do. Only that of us share what in here. Zimbabwe borrow Fulani ní gbogbo agbègbè àwọn yìí. Only Zimbabwe dé only kìíní kan sún léwu dà. Ó lóun ti try only that of Baderi. Only but remain this, remain that, babu kakini ẹ̀lẹ́. You know the goals of the show go kékeré kan. So mo kí Sunday Igboho níbikíbi tó bá wà. Ọlọ́run kó bá mi yọ ọdún gbogbo aláàbò.
Àṣẹ o, tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ ìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹlòmíì máa rò wípé £1 ni.
Ó jẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ challenges, but in terms of the readiness and the support of our people, they are really ready. Government is another problem with them because ṣe mọ̀ pé not that they cannot confront them ní pé bóyá kájọ yẹ kàkájì.
ọmọọba ẹ má bínú níbi tẹ sọ̀rọ̀ dé yẹn because àwọn níbi tẹ kí a tún sọ̀rọ̀ dé àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ náà ṣì wà láàrin wa tó ń bọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ kó tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ máa sẹ́ẹ̀ nọ́mbà mi sí ní back channel ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ back channel whatever is going to take me I don't mind I will try my own little capacity to support ẹ jáde dá lórí ẹ sílẹ̀ lórí ìmọ̀ tún lè lọ.
Okay, ẹ ṣe wọn.
Mi mọ́mọ́ báyìí rí o.
Tosin by PTR. I'm going by PTR, please. Tosin is next. Mr. Tosin, please ask your questions to Omoba.
Okay, well, it's just a bit of submission because I'm actually being
parts to both of those places you mentioned in Yewa Town. And these people they are going through a lot because in fact, the suffering there is not palatable. And he mentioned some valid points. A lot of these people they depend on agriculture, and the insecurity is something that is nothing to write home about actually. And honestly, me, I even feel that this would have been worse if not for these Benin Republic soldiers. You know, sometimes it's their presence that actually makes this situation not to spill out to the point of full blown civil war or something. Because they are actually helping a little bit. If they see that okay, this is becoming too much, they just show a bit of presence and then they instill fear in all these marauders, all these Fulani marauders, and they just back out a little bit. So I don't know. He actually needs all the support he can get, and I actually feel that the people of that axis they need to hold their leaders accountable. I think leadership is also a serious problem there. Even though among the populace there is this spirit of camaraderie and friendship, and they are very, very nice, loving people. But you see the leaders, and you see, in fact, there are some villages that it's Benin Republic that does their amenities there. You go there and they will tell you that it's Benin Republic that did this bowl water, drinking water for them, and you just discover, okay, what are these government doing? And sometimes the Benin Republic soldier patrol their villages just check around them. Man, by the time you see all these guys, Jedami or something they call them, they are very the kids and all. They instill fear. If you see them personally, they can instill fear in you. They are not compared to our soldiers, and they are very professional, most of them. So I don't know. We as a nation, we have a lot to do. But as a group and as a people, I think apart from the support that I think Omoba and his people needs, they also need to sit down together and hold their leaders accountable. They are represented, they are Senate. I don't think I've heard any senator representing us or speak anything about this on the floor, or even their representatives. So I feel leadership is also crucial to solving this issue. That's just my own submission. Thank you.
Thank you. Brian? Mr. Brian?
Yes, hello everybody. Sorry, I can hear you, but I don't speak Amiibo. Sorry, everybody. I just wanted to ask Omoba what arrangements he has for people like me or people who can, be able to send money or to support, to show some support, because, it's not the first time I actually, before this whole incident, like Tosi mentioned, I haven't been there, but there was some video I saw before this whole issue where the indigents were talking about how they were actually getting more support from Benin Republic in terms of the gendarmes, the police, and even the electricity. In fact, in the video I saw, you could clearly see that there was more infrastructure on the Benin Republic side than the Nigerian side. So I just wanted to ask Omoba, I'm in the UK, if there's anyone I can follow, anyway I can support, whoever. It doesn't matter if it's little money, just something I can add to show my support, please. Thank you.
Thanks so much, my brother. God bless you. I know by togetherness we shall surely get to the promised land as God willing. There's a lot of we have, as I told you, one thing that in myself and those one that we put ourselves together to match up with this struggle. If not because lot of people that they will just make mouth on the pages of newspaper, on the pages of social media, shouting. But when you go to the level where we need their support, my dear brother, you not see them. They will not be posting you. Some of us have sold our property for this cause, that our people must not just wait like that. We have tried whatever we can do that, okay? Because I don't know that it's going to take us take us long like this. I thought that the struggle that we will have been able to quench before now. So we have really put a lot into it at the initial stage. When people are asking, why are you doing that? Do you have a political condition? I mean, want this one? You will say no. Every one of us has the reason why he do whatever he do. Like me, the reason why I continue doing this, that I know that wherever we go in this life, we will surely come back home. This home is our home. And I've now got to think that whenever I want to travel home, when I get to Papalanto, which is the entrance to our site, or I want to go through Aitoro, when I get to the Randa, my mind will first scatter. Something will hit my mind, as if I'm going there to go and die. Because those axes, they are kidnapping people like they will pay down my blood brother. They kidnap people, we pay $4 million before it was released. So a lot of things like that in that axis have happened. So that is why I said, okay, let us face it now. Whatever that happens to happen, let's continue. Until this my brother I told you that is based in UK now said, this boy cannot be doing all this alone with me. And then these your friends that they are just servant among them, farmer among them, but those ones that I know that they can be of them one way or the other, they have been trying their possible best, 20,000, 50,000, like that, gather it together, now sit down together, how are we going to go about it? Okay, this community, let them give their vigilante this summer, let give their vigilante this summer. The one that is a major project now is that how I'm going to raise money to buy, even if it is bicycle, motorcycle, bike, if it is fine, we're able to raise. So that when they have the motorcycle they are taking around, and they were able to give them some things so that they can use that one to fortify themselves traditionally. Because I've seen that there's no way they can go about it. Even the Shakabula, all these local guns they are carrying. Do you know that these people, they will send the security agency sometimes to come and meet them that what are you using with this? We are using this one to do vigilante or to go to our farm. They said no, you are not entitled to carry this one. Want to carry it down, go to police station, go and collect paper for it. Where are they going to get money to register any Shakabula? But what we have now come to conclusion is that we don't even need to carry anything again. If our people can be okay, their own, in the way we used to be in the days of our forefathers, we are fine. So with the bicycle, with the motorcycle we buy for them, they will be doing patrol here and there, and they will be giving them token to, because all those ones that you are going to engage fully now, they won't be able to go to their farm again. Meaning that you have to be responsible. We have some of them that we engaged in the past. It got to a stage when capacity don't be there again. We have to relax it until the wahala start again. We have to say, okay, anyhow, let's start again. So, if there's any way anybody is ready to assist us, sincerely, we really appreciate. And I'm assuring you, we will use whatever you give us judiciously as God wills.
Yeah, but how can we do that? Where can we make payments, or can someone here in the UK or America set up like a GoFundMe account? Then we'll all start mobilizing people.
I think now I will discuss that one with the moderator, both of them will assist to get across, and they will look at maybe that GoFundMe we are going to use, or individual accounts we are going to someone we trust. I think we will surely
so they can help me when this is over.
No problem. You can do that.
I'm talking about there's another guy on the forum as well. I think maybe Ade is in the UK. Maybe one could.
Yes. Prince. Is that Prince, right?
No, I don't.
Mr. Ade, I think he's talking about Mr. Ade, the one right ahead of him, right? Is that Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Ade, are you there? Mr. Ade, shall I bet?
Then you know everybody. Yeah, back channel.
Okay, I'm reaching out to Brian. One of the things you can do is reach out to Olabode in the back channel. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
At Olabode in the back channel, they have a way to raise funds to Knights and Cardinals.
Okay.
But in the meantime, because today we didn't really plan to fundraise, we just want to, inform. So, but at the same time, you are the second person that will raise this, that wanted to help. Reach out to Olabode. I think Olabode is in the UK as well. Just back channel.
I'm in Nigeria.
Olabode, you are in Nigeria. Olabode is in Nigeria. Olabode is in Nigeria. Don't be looking for him in UK. So reach out to Olabode anyway. Reach out to Olabode. The same thing, Mr. Kemi. Anybody else, if you want something, if there's something that you wanted to contribute to help the people in Yewa, please reach out to Olabode.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks so much.
Hello, moderator. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, this is Adoremido.
Yes, sir. You can ask your question, sir, or your contribution, sir.
I'm from Ibishi. Can you hear me? Hello.
We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you. Can hear me? I'm from Ibishi. You are not looking good. Abeg, close that back in here, my friend. Back in here. Mongo, my friend. What's wrong with you, Richard? Please increase your volume. Here. Hello. I can hear you now. Yeah. I'm Mr. Idowaderemi from Ibishi in Yewana local government. Please, I'm a security expert and a policeman. You see, all those arrangements, please, let it be at the back channel, please, right? Because we don't know who that are on this channel now. You understand? And when we talk about this, Fulani, can you people hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can hear. Continue to talk, sir. Everybody can hear you. Okay, yeah. You see, when we talk about this Fulani, all these things, I'm serving in Kwara State, and we have the same problem. Let me tell you guys one thing. You see, this February, I buried my mom at Ibishi. You know what? On Friday, there was trouble. That was February 12, 13, if I'm not mistaken. There was trouble at the Ibokila area. There this Fulani people enter. You know what? All these our vigilantes and the hunters were mobilized with up to 200 motorcycles. They entered the bush from Ibokila down to the back of Ibishi, and they came out. They came about around that 3 in the afternoon. What I'm just trying to say is that what Omaba is trying to do is a very laudable thing, and I will try my best to contribute. And you see, with this motorcycle, these our people can enter into the bush and comb the bush and give information to people. And another thing is that you see, this Fulani we are talking about, the one that we know before, we call them Fulani Lori. We live, die, we marry them, they marry us. That exists in those days. But the new Fulani now, for security reasons, I will not disclose what happened. But them Bororo, we call them Bororo. They are the one that when they are walking in the street, they hang a knife with them. So those are the Fulani Bororo that are troubling us. And we know how they enter into Nigeria. We know their mission, and we know what they want in Nigeria. But that is another thing that we need to discuss at the channel. The
Let me tell you one thing. With God, let me tell you what happened at Dangote Cement. I was at, because I'm very used to my pitch. I was at Ibeshi recently. There was a crisis in Dangote Cement. And youth from it, they mobilized, burn everything. Maybe you people about it. It was on the net. Now, it's commissioner of this game. He came with one of my officers. When the commissioner look at you, he has to ask them, what you want to report? He said,
hello sir. Àwọn ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́ pọ̀ lórí bí wọ́n pọ̀ gan-an ni. Nítorí náà, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ̀ọ̀kan sọ.
I need that check about Yawa under action. Thank you very much.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni, ẹ má bínú mi ò dọ́rọ̀ mọ́ yín lẹ́nu ṣùgbọ́n.
No problem. Mo understand.
Ó ti yé yín bẹ́yẹn. Yeah, who else wants to go next? Who else has a question? Santiago. Okay, Santiago. Santiago, you're next.
Network.
Tosan. Okay. I don't know, maybe it's not there. Okay, Idara, do you have some questions? Okay, Idara is not there. Mr. Goke. Mr. Goke, all I said to you, we can't hear you. Can you speak up?
Better?
It's better now, it's coming through now.
I would like to share my experience. I'm from Aito, and even though I'm based in Abuja, I try as much as possible to go home as much as often. Now, this year, from late last year to this year, I've not been able to go home at all. All I just do is stop in Abeokuta and I go back to Abuja, mainly because of this particular issue that Omoba has raised. Then there's also something I do. Of course, whenever I go home, I talk to a lot of these security guys to ask them for the things they are doing. Please, Omoba, I will appeal with you, right? Whatever you are doing, please let it be on the back channel, because like they have said, there are lots of people monitoring all the activities that are going on here. Vigilantes, there in Ayeto Road, that I always try as much as possible, get bikes for, send them funds for them to be able to try as much as possible to protect, people. That road is horrible, like we all know. The boats, in fact, I think there are two major roads that lead into our area. First is the Rounder, and the other one is the Bakbalando. And the two roads are actually very horrible, very easy for these guys to be able to kidnap and kill people. Now, I have a farm that is close to. Hello, yes.
Yes. So, guys, there's also a very strategic asset in Papalanto. It's the sister company to the energy generation company I worked in. And mind you, if they bring a place like that down, a lot of people will be cut away from the grid. So I just wanted to understand the dynamics of the things we are dealing with, especially when Papalanto was mentioned. Mr. Goke, go on, please. Thank you.
Yeah, you are right. You are actually very right. And there are a lot of assets around that area. There's the grid you mentioned, and there's also, I think, Dangote Cement around there, close by Tibeshi. So, anyways, my farm is also, my farm is at Bukila. And I can tell you, in the last more than 2 years now, I've not been able to go to the farm. Mainly because there was a time these guys went to my farm, they based on my farm, and we appealed, did everything. In fact, at the end of the day, we had to pay them off to leave the farm. My dad is quite elderly, and that is why the negotiation was quite easy for them. If not, I'm sure if I'd been the one to go, we could have done anything. And that same period, they were kidnapping a lot of people. In Ayeto Road, For example, within the last few months, they've been kidnapping a lot of people right on the road. They kidnapped my cousin. We had to come together, put money down for ransom, to pay ransom for them. This is road that we fly almost every day. So, Omoba, please, like I said, let this organization, let it be at the back channel. Anybody that wants to contribute, we'll make our submission and then go to the back channel so that we can contribute in order to make that place quite safe. Thank you.
I'm sorry, did I miss my turn? Sorry. Yes, you did, but you can go next. Then after you will be Santiago. Okay. So what I'm realizing is that people are coming to realize rather late that the important thing that we need to organize for, because if we go to, there are majority of Southerners in diaspora who remit $27 billion to that government, to that economy. They do not know what is happening, so it is very key that we show them what's happening on a daily basis so that they can take an action, and so that these people will also be on notice that, they're not operating without anyone paying attention. The other issue is, that people don't realize that it is security that they're holding us hostage by. Like, Yahya Bello just gave them 700 hectares of land in Kogi State. And people there were praising it that are Yoruba people, because they're thinking, it's diplomacy and this and that not. That Kogi State is central to the whole South. I mean, it connects to the East, the South, the Southwest, and the North. So they've centrally located themselves in Kogi, and now, if that's officially given to them to use, they'll have a claim to say, this is ours, and we're fighting for this. These people are aligning themselves into society. What is specifically going on, as I've been following this, is that in 2016, Miedi Allah, I remember names like Bello, or what's his name, or Ango Abdullahi. These people said that if anyone tried to impeach Buhari, that they were going to call their brothers into Nigeria, and that's what's happening. And it was Miedi Allah people at Funam and all these groups. They have admitted to that effect, even in newspaper publications, that they want land, or they're going to continue killing people. And rather than confronting them, the government, even our vice president, is saying, give them land so you don't continue dying. That's extortion, and it's not going to stop. So they've called all of these people, even Boko Haram that they make the big issue and they're giving so much funding to, they're out in the wilds. Our soldiers are in the empty fields with all these tanks waiting, but these people are raiding towns and communities where people are, and there are no soldiers there. Those towns are using vigilante groups, and Buhari is saying, yeah, that's the way it should be, because after all, they, it's a domestic issue, and the soldiers only handle foreign invaders, but they have said themselves that these people killing people in the towns are foreign as well. So this kind of malicious, refusal to do his job. People have to write about this and challenge Buhari and interview him on it. Why the soldiers are not in the towns, in the north, there should be soldiers everywhere. And if they are not willing to fund that, then people in diaspora will fund it themselves. But they've paralyzed us because on one very key level, they're making it look like, it's Northerners trying to have a stake in the country. And so for that reason, Hausa people tend to align with these people when we kick them out. Even Aisha Yesufu, when they drove these people out of Enugu, she was on there shouting. She's oblivious to the fact, and they seem to have the idea that these people represent Northerners, and that's a lie. Because Hausa people have no initiative to take people's lands. They're ancient Nigeria. They have lands. They wouldn't be going on these raids. So we have to extricate and have a clear identification of who the problem people are and why they're doing what they're doing, and so that we can get everyone on the same page. And the people that are talking about secession,
They don't consider that as a tactical move. Nobody's opposing secession, but if you go to the UN about secession, they'll see you as culpable, and they won't take the fact that you're being attacked. They'll take it as a secondary issue. But if you say that our country is vulnerable, there's all of these issues going on that we need help. There's a crisis, just like that's happening in Afghanistan. They will be more receptive. That's why they haven't become involved, because they have a policy now to not allow countries to break up anyhow, because it just becomes a problem. There's ongoing fighting, so they try to avoid that and try to make people work it.
Which policy is that? Sorry, which policy is that? Because
they are opposed to letting countries.
We can't be throwing on substantiation. On substance.
I don't want to make that an issue of contention, but my thing is that if we show them that our problem is that our lives are in imminent risk, rather than that we want to break apart, they will be more receptive to assisting if they know that it's a security issue, that it's a genocide issue going on. Because if you look like you're trying to secede, then they tend to see you as fighting them.
Sorry.
Without good cause.
These things you're saying are not mutually exclusive.
I understand that, exactly. Trust me, I know that ultimately we need to be separate from them so we have control of our own security systems. That's the ultimate reason for it. But I am saying we need to let them know that we are at threat, that is not our ulterior motive.
We bring people like Stephen to this platform for that. That's exactly why we bring people like Stephen of ICOM.
You guys are not. But your both thing is synthesized. You are saying the same thing, really.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense in saying that it is true. If you study international relations and you study international politics, they don't want countries breaking up all the time. It's problematic in different ways. So they are reluctant to support the creation of a new country. What Idara is saying is that we need to, make a case that this is necessary for security. She's not incorrect. And what Olabode is saying is that we are doing that, and that's part of why Omoba is here today, to explain to whoever will listen to this room that there is a security issue. So we are both on the same page, but let's just, let's try to move forward. Thank you.
So the thing is that we really have no awareness. Trust me when I say people do not know that this is happening in Nigeria. So we do need, and someone kind of made fun of this evidence issue. We need to have people to have the narrative already established, who the enemy is and who the victims are, who the troublemakers are. That's why it's necessary to have all of these videos of killings. One of the things I'm doing is to create a Zoom event where we show all of these videos of, for instance, Boko Haram, they make as the issue, and the international community seems to think it's Boko Haram. But the real killers are the Fulani that are massacring, committing pogroms in villages, and there is no military policy to stop them. That is a deliberate treason on Buhari's part. What happened in Plateau State, where people in the community, the Irigwe community, were killed, and they were right next to the army barracks. And the chief said they asked the soldiers, and the soldiers said they don't have permission to intervene. If Americans hear that kind of a thing, that we have to call Abuja before the police will help, they don't want the kind of issue with Afghanistan and this mass exodus of refugees happening in Nigeria, because they have an interest in the people of Nigeria. So we need to already, and that's another thing, we cannot be antagonizing the British because of this narrative that was created that, they're in charge of, they're responsible for, the structure of Nigeria. We need to be on good terms with them, because what's going to happen is that the Northerners will then be creating an affinity with them, as they have been, based on their past history. And we need to have broken that association.
Give you a minute to round up so we can.
So immediately, I think the immediate thing that we need to do is create some sort of media campaign, either writing letters, to these publications, creating a movement on the security crisis in the country, so that the world is aware, and notifying people in diaspora. We have their groups, their phone numbers, and notify them that these people are imminently coming to attack Nigeria. So we cannot wait any longer. It's really gone too far.
Thank you very much. Points taken. Just to put some correction there, just like Olabode told you, secession from Nigeria or self-determination from Nigeria and the issue of the genocide, they are not mutually exclusive things. And if you are not aware, Yoruba self-determination movements such as Ilana Omoduduwa, they actually have a case with the ICC in regards to the genocide that happens to the people in Igaga. So all of these things are being taken into consideration, and also the movement for self-determination from Nigeria is also predicated on all these issues. So these are not, the point you raised, they're legitimate, and they are not, we are aware of it, and we're putting the narratives out there. Can we do more? Absolutely. So thank you. I'm going to take the next person, Santiago Tosan. Go on, please. Tosan, I think your network is bad. Maybe you want to step out and come back in the house. While we're waiting for that, everyone, this is Knights and Cardinals. Please kindly follow the club by clicking on the green house icon. They usually have a lot of interesting topics, very thought-provoking and life-changing topics in this platform. And I will encourage you to follow the platform. The owner of the club is Olabode. Kindly follow him as well. He's doing a great job and giving voice to the people. So I see that Santiago Tosan, you're back. You can speak now, please.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, I would like to ask Mr. Omoba, does he know Comrade Yusuf for life?
Maybe, guys, things like that, that may kind of give the DSS work to do. Try not to bring them up, please.
Exactly. Personal question.
Okay, I'm not. Yeah, okay. No, I have quite a bit to ask because you see, let me just there's no need we need DSS of an issue. We have serious problem because this year axis now it has been a place we've gone to, we've worked there, we've gone to Meko and we know we've met kings, we've spoken with kings there. And we know the plight of the people down here. That's why I'm asking that question, because security is everyone's business. And one person cannot secure all those vicinities. That's why I want a synergy among them, because look at the issue of the people kidnapped in the general hospital. They have to pay, no amount is too much for security. They have to pay about 15 million naira for ransom. But the people that went there to rescue them, they went on the rescue mission, they lost their bikes, they lost Toyota picnic vehicles. The community are not trying to raise money now to get those bikes back for them. So as I'm saying, this issue of security, a traditional head was kidnapped around that school, targeting something, he paid about 5 million naira or so too for these kidnappers for ransom. So security is everybody's business. All hands has to be on deck for security. No amount is too much for security. And if you check, going to that house, there's this army barracks, I think Alamana barrack there. But if you notice all the checkpoints there put in place by the Nigerian army, they have these Fulani boys in muftis standing on the road. Those are the ones that collect money from motorists. So it will not look suspicious as if they are the ones collecting money. These are places we moved in, we walked into. Maybe I'll talk to Omoba behind the scene later. I'll talk what we do. I'm going to Meko Afon, Iwoye, spoken to kings. We've seen security issues there. And another thing in that area is people in that community, they married, intermarriages have gone places with Fulani people there. If you see, I get to the King's Palace is there, like about 4 houses from here,
Iseriki, the head of the Fulani, his household is there, his community is there. They have, so this thing, I don't know, we should wait for our government, we will not wait for the government. When we talk about that issue again, there's the member of House of Representatives representing them in the Ogun State of Assembly, Jemili something, he imposed a Fulani man as a councillor in Afro Ward. And if you look at that area, they have our four local governments there. Afro is like the headquarters of the four local governments in that vicinity. You make a Fulani man a councillor in that place. The community processors, they made noise before the election, before the primaries, but nothing was done about it. The Fulani man is not the councillor there. That's why I say, I don't know, as a person that I'm in Nigeria, I don't hide my feelings about this attention and everything. I'm not scared of the DSS, but we have to do the issue because things are running out of hands, and if we don't act fast, before you know, people are already refugees here now. You look at what's happening in Afghanistan now. People are running away from their towns and cities. And all this, we all know that all these are food and agenda. So if we don't act fast, before you know it, we might all end up being refugees in our own land. I think I will rest for now. Thank you very much.
Okay, I just wanted to contribute something since there's a little bit of silence, if you don't mind. Santiago.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Go on for a couple of minutes instead.
Okay, no problem. Santiago, thanks for what you just said. I just wanted to add to what you've said. It's a problem when people are reaching out to their representatives in whether state or federal government to do something and they do not. Oftentimes, first of all, this insecurity is part of why people are clamoring to leave Nigeria. If you follow Yoruba Nation, there's going to be a discussion sometime soon with a few lawyers. Tolani is going to be, presenting an overview of the Nigerian Constitution, and I'm confident that part of what we're going to learn is that the federal government retains the power exclusively over arms and ammunition, weapons. So basically, if they choose not to allow you to defend yourself, because what's the point of having a right of self-defense if the mechanism for it is not there? So by having control over arms and weapons, it's the hands of the federal government, so people can't even defend themselves. The system is kind of rigged, and when people are saying, look, you have the power over the arms, but you're not using them to defend anybody, and at the same time, people aren't even able to go and defend themselves because you're not allowing them to get what they need. And so, when people, these anti-self-determination people, when they say to us that, you should go through your local representatives. Well, we just had a gentleman here from Santiago. Mobile was saying the same thing earlier, that their local representatives are not doing anything. And I can tell you why. I can't speak for any particular individuals, but it is clear that these mechanisms in the existing system do not work. And when you're in that kind of situation, you have no choice but to want to exit that system by having your own country. So some people say, well, instead of going for your own country, just go and do restructuring. Well, with all due respect, right, if we opt for restructuring, who are going to operate that system? Will it not be the same class of politicians who are presently in office right now? Will they not try to continue to work within the government of Yoruba Nation, or the Western region, you could say, as they are right now, being ineffective, being corrupt, sabotaging us and making us vulnerable to the overall system? And even if you do restructuring, Santiago just talked about a Fulani man becoming the chancellor or chairman of a region, despite the protest of the local people. This is without the Fulani people having a majority of people in that region. Wait until we have restructuring, God forbid, and they are able to come and sit in large numbers, because restructuring still means one Nigeria. Right? You can't say one restructuring and you're not around one Nigeria and people cannot come and settle. The Northerners will not close their borders. They're going to continue allowing their cousins from Niger and etc. to come in and settle in Nigeria, and they are heading straight for the south. So when they come into places like Yewa and other local governments across Nigeria, within 7, 8, 10 years, they'll begin to claim that they are running for chancellor.
or they are running for local government chairman. Eventually, they are watching on local government, most likely. Eventually, they run for governor. And before you know it, they are gaining political power over, on Yoruba land. As of today, these people are not even in control of the government in the south. And look what they are doing to us. And our leaders are ineffective. Imagine other restructuring when they are about to come in over a period of 5, 7, 10 years, and they have a large population of people, and they are rivaling you for political office. Then essentially it's what we call a checkmate, a political checkmate. So when someone says to you, "Oh, no one says Nigeria," tell them that our system is not working. And they say, "Okay, fine, let's restructure." Tell them that it's checkmate. We are not going to postpone into the future what you can do now. As of today, Nigerians are waking up. They are realizing the threats that these people pose to us. We see what they have done in Central African Republic. They are replaying the movie here for us, but we know how the movie is going to end. And we are not going to wait until it is too late. So what we are doing now, what people are working on this, is what we call a handshake. Aula said it before he passed, that eventually the Yoruba are going to have a with the people in order for us to exit Nigeria. And now these words are not coming to pass, where the Yoruba are looking across to the east, and they are looking to the middle belt and the south, and everybody is saying, everywhere you look, it's this same group of people who are tormenting people, cutting them open, all kinds of ugly kind of violence. And when we say stop, what do they ask for? Land. And if you give them your land, you are actually going to be in a worse position than you are right now. So if everybody across the south cooperates and the middle belt, these people are not overrunners. We are the majority, and we can decide. Now, we are making this Nigeria, you can have your own Nigeria, go back to Nigeria, wherever you came from. We can live in our own country, where we will be free to police our own borders. And you will not be in a checkmate situation, you will structure it. Thank you. I am back.
Are you here? Yes, I'm still here. So I know Lola has a question. Lola A, please ask your question, please.
Mr. Oloba, thank you for coming and giving us your perspective on what's going on in Yewa. I know you mentioned that you need motorcycles there. Could you give us like an approximate cost, maybe to the moderators of exactly what you need, so we can tell other members who aren't here, because there's some people from the Yoruba Nation who aren't here, and then others who also want self-determination. Maybe they might want to help as well. And you mentioned that some people from Yewa have left the area. Are they in IDP camps in Benin Republic?
They are not in IDP camp. They are only relocated there to meet their people. Because as I told you, the Republic of Benin and Nigeria, it's hardly for you to even know the border there. But we that is in the citizen of that area, we know that our own boundary is here, while their own boundary is other side. So there's a particular hall in that place. It is built by the Republic of Benin for people of that community. They used to store their farm products there, maybe like corn, cocoa, every other thing that they want to store there. So when our own people now relocate to that place, so their security agencies and the government and the local government there, they have mercy on them, so they give them that particular hall. So they use their clothes, they will put their cloth down to sleep on it. In the morning they will come back under the tree to come and sit down. So in the night, all of them, they have demarcated the portion for them. So all of them will just have that place to sleep. In the morning they will wake up very early to go and bath before people come to check on them. So that's what they normally do there. It's not that it's IDP camp. It is self-arrangement.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. May Are there any other villages that have been occupied by the Fulani now? And how many of those villages are other villages that have been deserted? Just give me a number of the villages deserted and the ones occupied. So from the attack to Sheleni a couple of months back, so we can have a picture of what's going on.
Okay. Yes, I'll give you comprehensive detail of it on your brother. Back one. I'll check my record and give you the full detail. We have a lot of, because it is two assets. Now we are talking about Yewa North. Yewa North is most affected, but because Yewa North cut across Rich Ojodo, and then they enter a little bit of Yewa South. Go back now to Ipokia local governments. They have their own issue there as well with Fulani. But I will give you the list of the town and the community. But I can give you the people from those communities. Our contact there. I'll give you all those on at the back of the session.
Thank you very much. But right now, is there any village or area being occupied now by the Bororo Fulani?
Yes. What really happened is this: we have Fulanis across our places, and then they are still there. But those people, they used to come after the attack, they would disappear. Since their last attack, so we had meeting with the Fulani that we have on ground even before the problem started. Those ones that have been living with us, we had a meeting with them. We had an agreement that for now they should not accept any kind of visitor, even if it's their relative in wherever. They should not allow them to come to our access for now. Most especially, immediately they arrest Sunday Igboho. So we travel home. We had a meeting across. We called all the village head and the Fulani that we knew that has been there before now. So we had a meeting with them that for security of both of us, we and you Fulani.
Sorry, I didn't Fulani even doing anything to help the cause. I didn't doing anything to help the cause. I didn't been attacked as well.
The real Fulani that has been with us for long. When we try to chase them, the government said that we cannot chase them because they have been in that community for years, like 30, 40, 50 years ago. So, but in fairness to them, their Siriki, who has been in that area for long, agree with us that for now, there won't be any kind of visit from their people, either Fulani of Sokoto, Fulani of Ilorin, or Fulani anywhere. We don't want to see them. Because what you have discovered is that they will just come like that, attack, on the cause of I want to come and see my brother that has living here. They will come attack and they will disappear. But since the last attack, we have able to push them away. They are not coming in for now. We have told them don't allow any visitor to come in. But notwithstanding, we know their way. They will be looking at the time you are going to relax so that they will come back. And then the fear that's already on ground. That's the reason why, as I told you, our people that have relocated to Benin, they are still fear of coming back because there's no solid security arrangement on ground that will tell them that they are not going to be attacked. And the kidnapping are still going on around Randa. Immediately you leave Abeokuta, that you are going to Ayetoro, the kidnapping is still continue happening in that place. They are still kidnapping the farm of our farmers. They will eat their crops, they destroy the place, and they will even rape their children, rape their wives, and then they will go. So there was a particular time, truly, because I must tell you the facts. Our people, one near Abado, I will not share Abado, one sínú oko wọn. And then they return their cow back to that place, and then the cow go back there and go and eat. Malu died. Did they go to their house to go and kill their cow? Their cow, and then, you know all this thing they are talking about. And I now use a particular chemical, let me call it chemical, so that you guys can understand very well. They put it on their own cassava around, that whoever that eats my cassava, okay, no problem. Since you don't take permission from me, you eat my cassava, whatever that happened to you. It has been tradition in our place. Even if it is cocoa that I plant, or orange, and I don't want you to come to my farm, so I can use anything to protect my farm. So when they want to at that time, they use something to their farm, and the Fulani thought that it's a normal game. We'll go there and hit their sister go, and then they enter that farm. Their cow eat those cassava, and then they don't reach their destination. Like 10 of cow died. So they started angry that they kill their cow. Who kill your cow? You went to somebody's farm to go and eat, and then you don't reach your destination, the cow died. So what is our own? Who killed cow? What happened to the cow? So that one truly that one happened sometimes ago. In fact, I personally have ordered these people that they should do more of that kind of a thing. They should do more of that kind of a thing because they don't have money. And I've promised that I'm going to empower them to do more so that they can use that kind of a thing throughout their crops. So when you know that your crops is secure, no problem now, come and eat. Eat and go and die. Even if it is their children that eat it, it's okay. So far, you did not take permission from me. You just enter my farm and you clear it. In true picture, don't let them tell you that when they kill their cow, they attack them first. No. It is after we have had a lot of meetings together, stop entering. In fact, there's no traditional ruler. Even their Seniki will tell you the truth about this matter. We have had a lot of meetings there. Stop entering our farm. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. We cannot continue to condone this one. Leave. They will not answer you. If you talk too much, after they finish the meeting in the afternoon, in the night, they will come and meet you in your house. You will marginalize them and rape them, kill anybody that is tend to be troublemaker among our people. That's it, you know.
Okay.
A question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, Omaba, please, what is the role of Alamala in all this thing? Alamala is, I think that's the major barracks within the axis. Abeokuta, down Ayetoro, Imeko Road. What is their role in all these things?
Like I said, when the matter got to a level that we call the attention of the government, they set up a joint task force. The GOC from Alamala was there, and then he released his boys as well to be part of the joint task force. He released his boys, police released their own boys from Elewero in Abeokuta, civil defense released their own boys to join them, and these people, immigration. And then they started the joint task force. But the major problem is that, yes, Alamala released their boys, but not that Alamala released anything to back up their boys. They rely on government to give them whatever they want to use. And the government only released one ELOS to over 200 villages in Yewa North alone. So how are they going to make use of that? So what the army and the other security agents try to do is that they divide themselves into three. They now march roadblock in some roads. So they will sit down there and mess with them, ask them questions that They send you here to be doing patrol. They said they used to do patrol now. You used to do patrol. We will go, some will go in the morning, some will go in the afternoon, some will go in the night. I said, where are the places you visit? They will tell you all those roads, all those villages in the road, that is where they will go and come back. And they said because they don't have money to buy fuel, it is money they see on the road. And then do you see how they get their money? Our people that go to their own villages, carry cassava that they carry to Abeokuta, Itori, and the rest. They will stop them, they will collect money from them. See another problem. People that carry corn, agbado to the market, they will stop them. Tomato to the market, they will stop them, collect money from them. They say that is the money they are using to fuel their car because government is not giving them money. Government not giving them money to buy enough ammunition, and then they don't have bike. So their own work is to sit down here. If any village call them that they are sensing that maybe Fulani is coming, they will now go there. Before they go there, those who have attack and go. So it's little is the contribution of the Alamala on this matter. They give us part of their voice, but without nothing to back it up.
Wow. Okay. Just a quick recap. This is Knights and Cardinals. If you're coming in the room for the first time, please click on the green house icon so you can follow the club. The room. And please follow Mr. Olabode. He's the owner of the club. I think this club will really enrich your life if you keep following it. Today we're talking about the plight of the Yewa people with the princes of the community. We've been talking to Omoba Ajiri.
Daddy is watching something now.
The second prince, I think he had to leave, but he's been telling us what's been going on in Yewa, the genocide that has happened there, and how our people, unfortunately, they are now refugees in a republic. And despite that, there's still continued unrest in the community with frequent kidnapping of the people, killings, and you name it. If anybody wants to
èrè ní sùúrù jẹ́ kí n gbọ́rọ̀ mo ti ṣe tán díẹ̀ lókù Ayọ̀ ṣé mo lè gbé kinní kúrò fọmọ ẹ̀. gbẹnu lọ.
Always talking to us on this platform. We appreciate and acknowledge his presence. I don't know who else has questions. My question to you, Omoba, personally, is that so what is the situation? I know you had mentioned that the people in the IDP, in refugee at the Republic, they are currently like housed in one big hall there. And I saw the clips actually from Punch newspaper. When Punch went there to interview them, the people, they pretty much have like rights for clothes, and they were saying these clothes were given to them by the people in the community. Is there any effort from the state governor? Because we will still be mentioning their name, because at the end of the day, these are the people that should be responsible for the security of the people in their states. What is the governor of Ogun State doing about this particular issue? Also, has there been any movement by the people of Yewa? Because people like to talk about the West and run away to the West. The one thing I've learned from the people here is that they are fighters, and they hold their leaders accountable. More than we don't hold anybody accountable in that country currently. The people are not held accountable. That is why they are just doing whatever they can. Here, people will go to protest, they will stay there kill them, they will still stay there. And they will not leave until they get what they want. And that is how they are able to get change. I know we have a lot of deaf people in our government, but I still haven't seen our people actually rise up to the occasion. Why you can do all you like, organize vigilante and all of that. We all know that it will be insufficient, because no matter what, you don't have enough access compared to what the state government can provide. Whatever you provide is you're just improvising, and it's more or less a band-aid. Because I always say, ordinary people cannot do the work of the Commonwealth. You cannot use NGO to solve major problem in a state. It's not even in a community, in a small town. You cannot use, the people just cannot do it. It is not the job of the people to do. So I don't know, Moba, if there is anything that you have organized, maybe every week, protest to the State House of Assembly, or maybe to the governor's mansion, because we can run away. We can always run away. A time will come where there will be nowhere to run. So I just want to know if there's anything of that nature that you have as part of your strategy, sir.
Thanks so much, ma'am. We have marched to the governor's office more than 5 times. We organize even the leaders, old women, we carry them. That particular day, they dress half naked. And then we march to the governor's office. They did not allow us to enter the gates. We were there at the gate of the governor. Later, they sent Shaib, the secretary to the state government, to come and address us. And then they gave us their promise as usual, that governor is trying to do all this, they will do that, they will do this. The motor and the bicycle, the motorcycle that governor bought now, it is majorly because of Yewa access, and they are going to deploy it accordingly, so that all the things that is happening there will be a thing of the past. So we left. When it happened again, we returned back there. But in my record, we have been there at least 5 times in the course of protest. Organized to rent all these strengths on this bus. That is the motto we use to convey our people from each villages down to Abeokuta. And then we don't have a road at all in Yewa land. No single road. No, just single one. We don't have. But we manage. Got out. From Papala to Ilara, which is extreme end of that place, you spend like 3.5 to 4 hours before you reach there. I'm not talking. Okay, let's say from Abeokuta, you know Abeokuta very well. Going to spend you like 4 hours before you can get to the last in that place. So it's not a joking matter, but we're able to do it because we want them to feel the pains of the rich people. Just like the way you are talking to me now, the matter really affected me directly. It's not that no. This is the life story. This is our story. Life, how it has been happening. So that one is about that. And then the issue of what are the things we are able to do among ourselves? Yes, as you said, there's little we can do in our own capacity, because the fact remains that we are constrained with the little or no resources to tackle the menace. And as government too, because of the people we are fighting, government too cannot fight that war the way it should be fight. The way it should be fought. Simply because of the people that is involved. All of us know the struggle. You know that Fulani, whatever, is an agenda that they are pursuing. So even no matter how the government is your own, the fact remains that the security architecture of the country is not in the hand of any governor. It's whatever they tell them from Abuja that they are going to do. So no matter how you try to pursue it, they're supposed to really handle it. We all understand that one. That is the area where the issue of we should return back to our way of secure our land before the white government bring their own security architecture. We still have those one on ground. I think that is the only one we show them small of it that some bastard among us are saying that we are the one that attack them first. No, we only protect our farm, which we are even planning more to protect our farm and our territory. If you tell our people from 10 p.m. don't go out again, even if it is our own people that go out, whatever you see outside, please accept your fate like that. That is the area they have pushed us to. That's the level they have pushed us to, and then we are going to start that one any moment from now.
Yeah, can we bring Mike and you can so. Emma Bino, I would like to speak in Yoruba. Ekale o gbogbo le mo ki ọmọ ọba bàbá wa tí wọ́n wá darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lálẹ́ yìí láti wá ṣàlàyé gbogbo nǹkan tí ojú wọn rí fún wa ní orí ìkànnì yìí. Ẹ ṣeun tí ẹ wá. Ìdí pàtàkì tó fi jẹ́ kémi gbóhùn sókè ní àṣálẹ́ yìí ò ju wípé nítorí wípé ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀nà tí àwọn baba ńlá wa gbà dáàbò bo ara wọn ní ayé ìjọ́un, torí ntẹ́mi máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí nìyẹn. Ntí mo dẹ̀ máa ń àtẹnumọ́ torí wọ́n ní iṣu àtẹnumọ́rọ̀ kì í jóná òun nìyẹn. Ẹ má bínú, mo máa yájú sí yín díẹ̀. Mo lérò wípé nígbà tí ẹ kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ sọ wípé bẹ́ ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ ó dà pé ọmọ ọba àná ni yín, kì í ṣe ètò wà ń bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí. Ṣé mo gbà á?
Ẹni kejì ni tó kọ́kọ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, ọmọ ọba méjì ni àwọn táwa ń bí. Ọmọ ọba tó kọ́kọ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, ọmọ ọba àná lòun ní ìkànnú àwọn ìlú wa ní Ìwà náà tí ń bẹ̀. Bọ́bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, èmi tó mi bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, àwa ṣì wà lórí àléfà nílùú tiwa náà.
Ok, ẹ ṣeun bàbá mi tí ẹ dáhùn ìbéèrè yẹn. Lórí ìṣẹ̀ṣe tí ẹ mẹ́nubà, mo ti máa ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan pé ìṣẹ̀ṣe kì í ṣe nǹkan kékeré. Inú mi dẹ̀ dùn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ tí ẹ sọ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yín wípé àwọn èèyàn wá rò wípé ìṣẹ̀ṣe ò ju pé kéèyàn wọnú igbó lọ kó já ewé kan kó já ewé kejì kó dẹ̀ ṣe ó ti ṣeé ṣe nìyẹn. Pé ìṣẹ̀ṣe nílò owó lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń ṣe fún ìlú yín nìkan tí ẹ dẹ̀ ń ṣe akitiyan yẹn, ṣùgbọ́n tí ẹ sì ń sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń lálàṣí owó lé lórí. À ń bọ̀sibọ́sí irú èmi kékeré yìí tó yẹ wípé àjù mẹ́jọ lọ tí a dẹ̀ ń ṣe fún gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lápapọ̀, torí tí n bá sọ̀rọ̀ ara mi mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa pé mo ní àǹfààní láti wà láàrin àwọn ajìjàǹgbara pé kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dá dúró. So ìgbà tí ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bó ṣe rọrùn tó ká má sọ̀kan yòókù láti ṣe ìṣẹ̀ṣe nípasẹ̀ owó fún yín, ó yé mi yékéyéké kọjá ibi tí ẹ sọ dé, ṣùgbọ́n kò nílò pé kéèyàn máa tọpinpin. Mo dẹ̀ máa ń sọ dáadáa fún àwọn èèyàn mi wípé lóòótọ́ èèyàn tó ní púpọ̀ lèmi, ṣùgbọ́n mi ò ní yé máa ṣe ìyẹn ní ìlànà ìṣẹ̀ṣe láti fi ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ tí mo lè ṣe fún ilẹ̀ mi ní àpapọ̀. Torí tí a bá sọ wípé ká máa ṣe ní ìlú sílùú, owó yẹn ó máa lágbára. Mo máa ń ṣe ní àpapọ̀ ni, a máa ń ṣe tá a dẹ̀ ju mẹ́jọ lọ tá a ń ṣe ní àpapọ̀ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ wípé Olódùmarè á ràn wá ṣe, àwọn igba arúmọlẹ̀ àwọn alálẹ̀ wọ́n á ràn wá lọ́wọ́ láti gba ilẹ̀ wa. So inú mi dùn ní ibi ibẹ̀ yẹn tí ẹ dárúkọ sọ̀rọ̀ dé yẹn. Tí mo bá dẹ̀ rí kankan nínú àwọn èèyàn tèmi náà tí wọ́n wò wípé àwọn fẹ́ ràn yín lọ́wọ́ ní ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan, màá kàn sí ìyá wa obìnrin àkànṣe. Wọ́n á lè fún mi ní bí mo ṣe máa ṣọwọ́ kúdúrú láti ọ̀dọ̀ wa sí ọ̀dọ̀ yín. Ó ṣeé ṣe kí n gbọ́ tí ẹnìkan àbíyàn méjì àbíyàn mẹ́ta bá pè mí tó bá sọ wípé àwọn lè fẹ́ ṣọwọ́ kúdúrú sí yín ṣùgbọ́n lọ́dọ̀ tèmi tó Olódùmarè nìkan ni ó rínú. Mo dẹ̀ tún wá fẹ́ sọ ọ̀rọ̀ kan lóòótọ́ Yewa bẹ́ ṣe sọ ó kéré àmọ́ ẹnìkan sọ̀rọ̀ kan ní abẹ́ sí mi torí àwọn náà wà lórí ìkànnì bí a ṣe wà yìí wọ́n wà lórí Clubhouse pẹ̀lú wa wọ́n wá sọ nǹkan kan fún mi wípé àwọn ti wà nínú gúrùpù Yewa kan rí tí ó dẹ̀ wà lórí WhatsApp tó dẹ̀ yẹ pé àwọn ọmọ Yewa ni tó fi sọ àkọ́rí ẹ̀ wípé àwọn wà nínú gúrùpù yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ bíi ètò ìdìbò ni wọ́n máa ń sọ ń bẹ̀ táwọn bá dẹ̀ wípé àwọn mọ̀ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ Yewa yẹn ó dàbí wàhálà tó dé bá gbogbo wa torí gbogbo wa ní ìlú Ìgàngán wípé ṣùgbọ́n nígbà táwọn wà nínú gúrùpù yẹn pé tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ táwọn bá fi nǹkan Yorùbá Nation síbẹ̀ báyìí wọ́n máa gbá máwọn ni títí tó fi yọ àwọn kúrò ń bẹ̀ nínú gúrùpù yẹn so mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ ìyẹn dájú mo dẹ̀ ti béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹni yẹn pé ṣé wọ́n ní aago ẹni tó ṣí rúùmù yẹn torí èmi á fẹ́ láti fún yín ní irú aago ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ láti tọpinpin irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn torí àwọn tá à ń sọ náà nìyẹn pé tí a bá ń bá lọ àwọn èèyàn ṣe irú àwọn èèyàn báyìí ṣe wọ́n ṣeé ṣe kó jẹ́ àwọn ló máa padà àdẹ̀ nímọ̀ àárín wọn dè lámàwọ̀ tó máa padà tà wá tó máa padà ṣe kí ni tó máa padà pẹ̀bọ̀dẹ̀ fún wa so tí wọ́n bá ti dá mi lóhùn màá fi ránṣẹ́ sí ìyàwó obìnrin àkànṣe ẹ̀yin náà á lè tọpinpin láti máa ṣọ́ra ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹnikẹ́ni tí ẹ bá máa bá ṣe ìyẹn lọ bí kan fara tì bí ọ̀rọ̀ ìyá àgbà. Èyí tó wá gbẹ̀yìn ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni wípé lórí ìjàngbara yìí àwọn èèyàn wa ti gbìyànjú àfi ká mú tẹ̀gàn kún ká yọ tẹ̀gàn kúrò ńbẹ̀ nípa owó dídá nípa ìrànlọ́wọ́ ṣíṣe sílé ní pàápàá jùlọ nígbà tí a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò ọ̀rọ̀ ìjàngbara yìí èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan kò sí ibi tí mi ò kì í fẹ́ wà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ìdìbò kì í ṣe nínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe nìkan kódà níbi tí àwa náà ti ya plan nílẹ̀ dé àwọn èèyàn tó bá wá sórí ètò mi nígbà yẹn wọ́n máa ń rò wípé wọ́n máa rúbọ wọ́n máa ṣe ètùtù nìkan ni o ṣùgbọ́n gbà tá a rí owó ṣe yòókù ló jẹ́ káwa náà sì dúró lórí pé ìṣẹ̀ṣe nìkan tá a dẹ̀ ń ṣe níwọ̀nba tí Olódùmarè fún wa láti ṣe. Àmọ́ àwọn èèyàn wa ń dáwó wọ́n ń gbìyànjú ní ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan ní ayé ìgbà ní káṣà ní sáà kan díẹ̀ sẹ́yìn láti ṣọwọ́ kúdúrú sílé pé káwọn èèyàn wa náà kán lè gbáradì torí mo gbọ́gbà tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa pé láti ran àwọn ọ̀dọ́ lọ́wọ́ láti lè dáàbò bo ara wọn. Díẹ̀ náà ni òun náà ni mo ṣe sọ wípé òun ni mo sọ pé ìgbẹ̀yìn èyí tí mo fẹ́ sọ gbẹ̀yìn náà nìyẹn kọ́lọ́ má jẹ́ kó jọ́rọ̀ ìgbẹ̀yìn wa bọ̀ eléyìí ni màá fi kásẹ̀ ẹ̀ lẹ̀ so àwọn èèyàn wa ń gbìyànjú lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà nílé wọn ò ṣe kóríyá fún àwọn èèyàn wa tó ń gbìyànjú torí pé lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú àwọn èèyàn tó wà nílé àfi tá a bá máa parọ́ fúnra wa ni ní orí ìjàngbara yìí oríṣiríṣi tẹ́ bá ní kí àwọn àgàgà àwọn tó wà ní ìlú diaspora kí wọ́n wá sọ ẹlòmíà á sọ rbt sí kò dé fún àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà ní diaspora ní kóríyá torí wípé ó ń ká àwa náà lára àwa náà fẹ́ padà wálé òun ló ṣe jẹ́ kí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ àgàgà àwọn pensioners tó ti wà ní ẹ̀yìn odi tó wà ní òkè òkun ló ṣe jẹ́ kó mú wọn lókùnkúndùn ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí àsìkò láti fi tàfàlà bí ìgbà tó yẹ pé àwọn èèyàn wa wọn mọ̀ nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe èyí jẹ́ kó àwọn èèyàn fà sẹ́yìn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní sáà tá a wà yìí àti pé gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mo dẹ̀ inú mi dẹ̀ dùn pé ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Sunday Igboho ẹ̀rí bí ta bá yẹn náà dé báyìí gbogbo orú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn òun ló fà á tó yẹ pé àwọn èèyàn wa tún fi ń sá sẹ́yìn díẹ̀díẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n mo kí yín torí kò wọ́pọ̀ nù àwọn ọmọ ọba wa pàápàá jùlọ àwọn tá a pè ní first class ọba tí àwọn ọmọ wọn lè dìde láti sọ wípé n tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí àwọn fẹ́ gbégi dínú ẹ̀, àwọn fẹ́ kó dá dúró kó má ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́. So ìta bá lè ṣe látọ̀dọ̀ wa màá kàn sí ìyá wa obìnrin àkànṣe. Ẹ ṣeun.
Àbúrò mi mo bí ẹ wà ń bẹ̀. Àbúrò ṣé ẹ máa bá wa darí ètò yìí lọ? Torí a máa tó lọ sí Yorùbá Nation room sí. A fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa the role of women in Yorùbá culture.
Àti bá pàdé èdè ìdìbọn kí n kàn kí màmá wa Bọ́lájí ni ẹ ṣe ẹkọ ohun lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè á dẹ̀ dúró tì yín, gbogbo akitiyan yín kò ní já sásán lágbára àwọn tó nílẹ̀. Nípa àwọn èèyàn wa tẹ̀lé sọ pé bóyá àwọn kan gúrùpù kan wà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn yìí wa tán wà ń bẹ̀ táwọn kan tí wọ́n mọ̀jú wọn máa sọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú lọ ṣe mọ̀ pé kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa píṣà ẹ̀wà tó tí ò ní sókúta kékeré kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ wà tó jẹ́ pé nípa ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú yìí àfi bí pé wọ́n fi ṣe wọ́n ẹ fi àwọn yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan máa bá tí wọ́n bò káàkiri. Nígbà tí Ọlọ́run bá ṣe tí gbogbo bá ṣe ń fẹ́ tọ́lọ́run jẹ́ kó fi gbogbo àdúgbò wa di àlàáfíà tálàáfíà jọba, gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run àfojú wọn hàn. So ní gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ àwọn yẹn ti sẹ́gbẹ́ kan. Àdẹ̀ nípa ìtẹ́sọ pé àwọn èèyàn wa bóyá ipa òun náà ń kó lọ́tún lọ́sì nípa kọ́rọ̀ ìdè ìwà síyanjú. Kẹ́rí gbogbo pátí gbogbo abádé kù lápapọ̀ ìsáyẹ̀ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ sí nǹkan tá a bá ṣe tí kò ní ìdájọ́ lọ́dọ̀ọ̀lọ́ Ọlọ́run. Pé bóyá àwọn èèyàn wa wọn encourage wọn láti ilé mo agree pẹ̀lú yín fún àwọn tá a ti jẹ́ tá a wà láàrin wọn tá a ń dùkiri àmàrí kan mi bí ìwọ̀sí gbà mí tí wọ́n á mi rí báyìí pé ṣó dẹ̀ da lórí mo ṣe ń dé àjò lórí mátà yìí tí mò ń náwó mi tí mò ń fẹ́ mi ara mi wíwú kiri ṣó yẹ kí irú ilé sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Ṣùgbọ́n ìyẹn kọ́ ni àwọn afẹ́ dúró ti bí ó ṣe pé mo tá a sáà ń wò yìí pé àní àgbègbè yìí ó gbọ́dọ̀ sí kí ọ wàhálà ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ ìyẹn là ń bá káàkiri. So irú encouragement yẹn máa encourage náà pé má yẹ kó sun ẹ má jẹ kó rẹ̀yìn Ọlọ́run àmúwadé lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́rì ẹ ṣe.
Thank you so much, my brother. You put the conversation back channel abi. I know Prince Fatai is the one because so programming, but I'm a bit I think the conversation is over. Except if anyone has anything else to say, we can end this room now.
Well, tí wọ́n wá bá a sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn ó lè fẹ́ ọmọ kọ̀ọ̀kan pé ẹ̀yin ò sí lára àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n jọ mọ àìdí tí wọ́n ń wá bó ṣe máa lo orí adé láti fi gba owó lọ́rọ̀ àwọn ọ̀tá wa. So Ọlọ́run adé máa fún iṣẹ́ ní gbogbo ìṣẹ́jú àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá àwọn ọmọ náà máa gbìyànjú pé tẹ́ bá gbó ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ máa rí wa lẹ́yìn yìí. So ẹ ṣé gan.
Ṣé kíkọ́ fẹ́ mọ̀ ṣe ní nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ àtò fóònù mi o. Kíkọ́ fẹ́ mọ̀ lórí gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí gan, it just make me very sad.
You should see some of the videos that they sent to me. I told him, please don't send me anymore. I'm not able to. I cannot say. Oh my goodness. So it's a very dire situation. Yewaland is very, very important security and economic wise to the southwest. And however we can help to the community will be much appreciated. Because once those people are able to conquer Yewa, we are finished completely. So on that note, I thank everybody. If anyone else has anything to add, if not, we'll close the room.
Prince, I will still encourage you to continue to mobilize people. Just the way you describe how difficult it is to even get people from town to the city. I know it's definitely difficult, but you have to continue to engage the government there, the state government, because if your people run away from town, without people, the people that wants to take the land eventually come in and occupy the space. I just feel like the pressure is not enough on those lawmakers. They need to feel the heat. Honestly speaking, all of these things we're saying that their hands are tied, they have to beckon to the control of somebody, you know. It's because the fire is not enough. The fire is still not enough. I'm saying this because, you know, the people of the West, look at them. Look at how they stormed the Capitol after the election of Joe Biden. Those are the real Americans. They know what is at stake. And they were ready to die. So, we can say all of these things. The truth is that, you will see that our leaders, it seems like they are not doing anything. And the people with the agenda, every day, they are just moving forward with their own agenda. It's like we're waiting to be slaughtered. Just like Bundi, that Yoruba had that Somole, that's the way we are right now. Because the people, when you even talk about it here, you will still hear some of our people, Yoruba people, they will be coming here to fight you, to counter you. They annoy me so much. So I feel like I know you're trying, but you still need to try more. If we can try to gather some money, raise funds for you to put some troops together to continue to protest. Protest every single day. The same money the politician will come and give people to 2,000 to come and vote. Let us give them those 2,000 to go and put in. To stay there every day. Protest non-stop for 30 days. Every single day, they need to be going there. Because I firmly believe that even if Yoruba is to leave Nigeria, the stakeholders must get up. Right now, they are just ignoring us. They're ignoring us, and people are dying. So, you know, it's something that will, because I can't, for the life of me, I just can't understand. So I will just encourage you to keep mobilizing the people. Whatever funds we're able to gather, keep using it to mobilize people to keep going and knock on the door of Dapo, or what's his name. Every single day, they have to do that. Otherwise,
Dapo ma wọlé ẹlẹ́kẹta lórí burúkú ọmọ.
Governor wa ṣe òkú lọ́wọ́. Sorry, that was just a joke.
This is what needs to happen. They are looking into those of us that are in abroad were not home. We're not on ground there. Because people that are in abroad, they have seen how people protest. Honestly speaking. They don't have enough protest in Nigeria. That is why they are getting away with it. I don't care about Nigeria, I talk about Zimbabwe. All those governors, they are just resting. They are not feeling anything at all. They are not feeling any fire. The people will continue to find a way. There is no electricity. You go and get solar. You go and get generator. And there is no water. You make organ. You do all of these things. This is bullshit nonsense. The people need to take their power back. They need to take them. Well, if it doesn't show up, the people will be there. They will block the roads there. This is what we need to do. Because how much can we really do as people? It's just a piecemeal. It's a piecemeal. It is these governors themselves that will go and meet the person that is sitting in Aso Rock and tell them that, look, our people said they want to go. You have to give them referendum. We're not the ones saying it. It's our people that are saying it. But right now, the
governor has taken album to Abuja. Album, I'll be here mobile. What?
My sister, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
We have enough people.
I know that, but the intricacies of the A1 situation is another topic completely.
Ká ní pé okay ọmọ ọba tó wà lórí oyè nílé nísìnyí bàbá ẹ̀ lówó lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọba yẹn náà nígbà téèyàn bá lọ́ba 600 and kìíní kan kí ló tún fún. ó lágbára ọba tó yẹ kó jẹ́ baálẹ̀ báwo nìyẹn ṣe máa lágbára tó. nínú iye wa yẹn náà ni ọmọọba kan ti lọ ọmọọba kan wà ń bẹ̀ ní sáìdì ọ̀dọ̀ wọn ẹ wò. ó ti yé mi.
We have not pushed them enough. When you talk about raising a people up, there's some things they said to the people that stormed the Capitol on January 6th in the United States. There's something they told them that made them storm the Capitol. That is what we need to do.
I know, but as I said, that the cases of the Yewa matter, my sister, is another topic. The Yayi that is holding Lagos and said, Lagos West, or Lagos Central, whatever it's called.
Lagos West Federal District.
Yayi claims to be from Yewa. Yayi hasn't done anything for Yewa community concerning this matter. But when it comes to 2022, or 2022, he will be back. And the thing is, sometimes I always get
and they will be vulnerable.
Sometimes it's tiring because they themselves, some of them, they don't even want you. They make you tired. That's a good down. And when you put your nose too much, it become like Akiloti Ekon, you want the embe kind of thing. So that's why I think the intricacies of the Yewa matter. Mama is here, he knows my opinion very much about it. You know, that's why I just do what I can. So I just do what I can.
As of ignorance and they are poor. Ignorance and poverty. You know, that is going on there. Because the people don't even realize that they have the power to make any change.
No, they don't.
Ignorance and poverty. That's what I always say. Anybody come, they give you money to come and vote for them. They are not giving you any money. They are giving you your money. It is your money that they're giving to you. So not until people are able to realize that, will they be able to harness their power. And you know, there is just a window. It's only a small window for them to take that power back. Once that window is closed, it's closed forever. It's closed forever. Right now, it's still good. It's still good. All of those people that are going away, there is nobody that doesn't want to steal. An average human being, if they see a lot of money, if there's nobody there, they will steal. It is what you put in the money that will prevent somebody from taking it. That's just the way it is. Even here in the West, they want to steal now. They can steal. But the people here, we never let them rest. You can try to steal something here. Just try it. You can always try. Just don't get caught. That is just the way it is. So, the people, that is what they call activating the people's power. All of this thing we are doing on here. If the people, the regular person on the road, in the community, the people we are fighting for, if they are waking them enough, if they know, the day when you get 1 million, exactly 1 million, literally 1 million people, go to Dakwabiatu's house. That day, they were going over. I can tell you that categorically. But when you put a group of people together, you see 200 people, 300 people come. They are looking, they are doing this. They are not ready for deliverance. They are not ready to be set free. The day when the city comes, there's over how many million people are in Ogun State? The day when 1 million of them, just 1 million of them, march to Dakwabiatu's house, the next day, the problem will stop. I'm telling you, the next day, the Fulani will not come back. Because the people are taking their power back. But if we don't do that, until this window is closed, there's going to be more casualties. There's going to be more refugees. At the end of the day, Dakwabiatu will get away in a brand new Mercedes or whatever and go away with a lot of money when he's leaving the state. Just like Afghanistan, the president got in his car with a lot of money and ran. And leave the rest of the people to die. This is the reality. Whether we like it or not. The people coming to take our land, they will keep coming. They are doing what they're supposed to do. It's a survival of the fittest.
after the session on what we can, and then but they will reach out to you as well. Thank you everybody for attending this session, and I will be shutting down the room shortly because I think we've exhausted everything we need to say. Is there anyone that has anything to contribute?
I will me contribute more.
I think Chief Adebola wants to say something, though. Did you raise your hand?
Yes, my auntie.
How are you, my brother?
Kalema. Okay, so, oh man, I don't know why we're not having numbers. Look at what we are discussing now, and we're not having numbers.
Oh, Sumi.
But I don't think we should end this room anyway, because when this thing, I guess we're talking about the ones being attacked by criminal X-Men.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Okay, so I don't think we should end this room now, please. You know, when this thing happened back then, I came on Clubhouse and I asked people, let's go and
let's go
and even see them. You know, the Nigerian government denied it. I had to do my personal findings to actually establish that this thing actually happened. So I'm going to suggest that we actually mobilize and go and show these people solidarity everywhere in Yoruba land, from Ekiti to Lagos to Ilorin to Kwara. Let's go there and make a statement. For me, it's very shameful that our Mokaru during refugee in the Republic. Papa, I'm only a come and watch in Nigeria as refugees. The one who wants to share one. So I'll be sorry for speaking Yoruba.
I'm on power live, so I hand you like what in some professional.
I'm not even talking about